I'm going to show you some of the technical and legal loopholes that password managers nowadays, even the no knowledge architecture password managers, use in an effort to give you a false sense of security, to make it seem as if they have no access to your information. They know the date it was created, they know how it was created, whether or not it was imported, autosave, created manually, and also the strength and percentage, which means that they have software that has to go through and not only tell how many passwords you have, but how long those passwords are, whether or not you use special characters in your passwords, or whether or not you use numbers in your password. And the only way to do that is to literally have access to the information directly, which means when they process your information, right, they tell you straight up, we have access to your social networks data, your account data, your personal data. So now this is where they make the claim that we don't share any of your personal information with third parties, well, except for the third parties we've listed here. And where it gets better is when they tell you that, guess what happens to your data once it makes its way to your third party? Well, that's up to them. That's their privacy policy now, and that doesn't really account for what we do with your data. It wasn't enough that they have legitimate reasons or illegitimate reasons to access your data, like we're accessing it just to make sure that we're doing a good job, but they also extend these privileges to their third parties. Wasn't good enough that them and their third parties had access to your personal information. Now they're telling you it might not even be in the country in which you reside. So if you look here, this isn't my main browser. This is my Microsoft Edge. But what happens is a lot of websites, they will actually have these requests for third-party cookies, where basically it'll pretend as if it's the same website, allowing it to send requests and save your information across multiple websites. What this does is allows them to basically correlate information for passwords. So like if you use a password for your Facebook and your Twitter or your bank login, you'll be able to compare those and show like, hey, this user uses the same password or they use that combination of password. So as you see here, this is one of those, this problem when you have your cookies and you have them saved. So even blocking the third-party cookies doesn't keep you safe from everything. But if you don't save any of your cookies, then there's no information for them. There's no reason for them to go and get anything. It's just weird that here in the settings, they literally recommend that you save them, right? So let's block that, turn that crap off, and refresh and see what happens. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, it's compatibility issues, some performance issues, but security header should not be used. So that's some other stuff, but it's not the same as sending your information cross site. Do it again here, and got some compatibility, but the only security set cookie, the header. So yeah, so that's problematic, but at least it's not sending your information across websites.